What's going on, YouTube? It's James with Shyhammer Fantasy Battle Reports, and today I got a game against Todd. And both Todd and I are practicing our 2,000 point list for Dragonfall to see more or less what we should bring in and what we could fit in. So here's what's coming up. I didn't have any pictures of the actual army lists for some reason. I didn't take a picture. We were probably just shooting the shit or something, and I totally spaced out. But anyways, here's my magic. I got a level 4. My level 4 has the Hand of Gork, Foot of Gork, Gaze of Mork, and Brainbuster. And my level 2 Lore of Undeath has Dark Riders and Grave Call. I believe Undeath is allowed in this tournament. I'm not entirely 100% sure. If it's not, I could just take the little wog. It's not a big deal. But over here I have, I got Vanguards, and as you can see, I took a unit of Spider Riders and a unit, what's his name? It's not Chickenhead today. It's a different guy. He's a Goblin hero because Chickenhead's a lord, and I need a hero model, so I'll be making that very shortly. Anyways, Dwarves won the roll off on turn 1. You'll see what he has when you see his movement phase here. Up on the left, he has a unit of I believe those guys had great weapons. I think they might be Longbeards, and then in the middle is a unit of hammers, and then next to that is two organ guns, and next to that is the Thunderers, 2 units of Thunderers, and then in the back by his hand he has a cannon. So basically he doesn't really do much moving on his movement phase, so he just goes straight into shooting. He uses these Thunderers here to shoot at my Spider Riders, and he only clips off one, which is great. Doesn't even cause a panic. And then he's going to go ahead and shoot the cannon. The cannon's going straight for my... He has flaming shots on this cannon, so he's going straight for my trolls because he wants to kill some trolls. And it clips one of the guys in the front. So it kills the Spider Rider, and it hits the troll, but it only does 1 wound to the troll, so the troll is totally fine and lives. And his organ guns are going to go. His organ guns, first one, misfires. He's shooting them at the savages, and then it gets 4 shots. So only 4 shots, hits the savages, does absolutely nothing. The second one goes, same thing, 10 shots, then gets 2 shots, so 12 total, and then it only kills 2 guys. So and I was getting huge 6 rolls on their ward saves, and Todd is convinced that my orange dice are loaded. He's like, there's no way in hell you get that many 6s. I was just like, I don't know. I would believe it if they didn't roll 1s too. Orcs and Goblins turn 1. We're playing in the diagonal, by the way. And because of the diagonal, I had some units in reserve. So unfortunately, Gorbad, my boss, he's in a unit of Wolf Riders, and they came in late to the game. And then my Squigs were also ones coming in late to the game. I had to move everybody up because I'm getting shot at. My rule is usually if I can get out, if I could outshoot them, sit still. If they could outshoot me, I have to charge at them. I threw my level 2 inside this house here. He's basically going to conjure up some stuff and be safe in the house for a little bit. My level 4 is chilling way back here, way out of the range of those organ guns and out of the view of the cannon. Actually, I don't think I'm out of the view of the cannon. Magic phase, I got 8 power dice, and I got 1 channel. And the first thing I do is I try to do Hand of Gork. He stops it. I try to do Grave Call, or actually I think I try to get Dark Riders, and I failed by like 2. I was like, God damn it. So then I used the rest of the dice on the Foot of Gork, and I failed that one too. I'm like, what the fuck, man? I failed everything. So he didn't even have to use his Dispel Scrolls or nothing. Going to shooting phase, I'm going to go ahead and shoot my Doom Diver into the Thunders because I don't want him to, I want to thin out his shooting before I get there. The first one misfires and gets a 3, so he's basically inoperable. The second one misfires and blows up. What the fuck, man? Both of them misfired. That sucks. Doom Divers, you let me down. It's going to go ahead and start off his turn 2. He goes ahead and he's going to shoot. He doesn't move. He doesn't charge. He's going to continue shooting. And he shoots his cannon straight at my wizard. So he puts it 10 inches away from the wizard. It bounces 10 exactly, and then the other bounce really doesn't matter. So it's going to hit him. He goes to wound, and check that out. He rolled a 1. Kabuto, you lucky bastard, you. Oh, man. So then he's going to go ahead and do his organ guns. His organ guns, first one shoots, gets 8 and a 4. So 12 shots. Shoots it at these guys. Again, only kills 2. He actually wounded like 5, but I got like 3 sixes. And then the second one goes, shoots, gets 2, and a misfire. So only shoots 2, and shoots, basically hits one guy, and the one guy ward saves and lives. Oh man, and that wasn't an orange dice. That was a holy hammer dice. Thank you, Steve, for that dice. The hammers or the thunders here. They're gonna go ahead and shoot. They end up killing off 2 of my savages. Savages are getting whittled away, man, and that's gonna start off my turn. Orcs and goblins turn 2. I decided to charge. I moved in the last phase. I moved my spider riders up to the side. I moved my trolls up. I moved savages up. Of course, I moved Gorbad and the squigs up. And now I'm going to charge my goblin hero into the side flank of the thunders, my trolls into the front flank of the thunders, my spider riders into his cannon in the rear, and my savages into his bunker with his general. So this right here, this is going to happen. I don't think he could stop it at all. Over here, my spider riders made a huge charge, and they made it in. So that was pretty cool. And then my wolf rider failed, and my trolls failed. So we're gonna go ahead and do remaining moves. Gorbad moves up over here, and then my level 2 moves outside the building, kind of using Gorbad as cover. Magic phase, I got 7 power dice, and I go ahead and throw out a shit ton of dice onto the foot of Gork, and he uses his eater move, whatever it's called, and it eats the spell. And sure enough, I can't use it, but he didn't get it where it's no longer used. He just used basically just to spell it. So I used the rest of my dice onto Grave Call, small, and I get up a group of skeletons here, and I'm just going to use these skeletons to march forward towards the war machines. That's pretty much all I could do. As for over here, impact hits alone, it just does. With the big stabber, kills off one guy. I challenge, he accepts with a champion, unfortunately. And, or he might have challenged, I accepted. I don't remember which way it happened. And let's go ahead and do that fight really quick. So he goes ahead and he swings. He does like 1 wound. I ward saved it. We're in simultaneous battle, by the way, because we're both initiative 2. I go ahead and I hit, and I killed him with like, I hit him a bunch of times. I only got 1 wound off through his parry and his armor, though. And it did kill him, so whatever. As for this massive combat over here, the savages are all going to go ahead. They're all swinging 100 attacks, and he goes ahead and he hits with, I think, he has Joseph Bugman in the front. He has his lord on the shield bearers, and I think that might be it. Maybe he has one more character in there. I think it might just be the 2 characters. Anyways, he goes ahead and he swings. He kills off 1 guy only. Only 1. And then my guys go and they kill off like 6 of them. Holy shit. And I win the combat by a lot. Unfortunately, these dwarves are stubborn. They're going to sit there and nothing happens, unfortunately. And that leaves me vulnerable to a side flank in the next turn. As for over here, my goblins, they only put on 1 wound. Actually, not even the goblins. The spiders put on 1 wound, poison shot right into the dwarfs cannon, the crew, and they go ahead and they swing back, and they do not do a single thing to my goblins. My goblins are, those spider riders are actually pretty deadly, I think. And it's going to start off Dwarf's turn 3. Dwarf's turn 3, like I said, he's charging into the side flank. That sucks. And sure enough, there it is. Now, I was kind of hoping that maybe I could hold for a round. If I hold for a round, my squigs are going to get a side flank onto those guys. Shooting phase, he's going to go ahead and shoot. And he says he could reach Gorbad's unit, so he's going to go ahead and do that. He gets 10 shots on the first one, on the first roll. He gets 8 shots on the second roll. He kills off 5 of my wolf riders, which really sucks. Second one goes ahead and shoots, gets 10 and a misfire. Shoots at my squigs. He wounds 2, but it randomizes it. Killed 1 of the handlers and 1 of the squigs, which is great. I don't need the handlers. Thunders took shots. They kill off 1 more handler. And over here, he's going to challenge with Joseph Bugman, and I'm going to accept my champ still. And over here, my guys are attacking. They end up killing off only 1 on the side flank, and I don't think they only killed 2 in the front flank, which is horrible. I mean, just based after the last round they killed a lot more. But he got a lot of good armor and parry saves. They're going to go ahead and attack back. He kills my champ with Bugman, of course. I think he did like 2 to 3 wounds with Bugman, and then he ends up killing off like 7, 8 guys, and I'm losing combat by big time, big time. And sure enough, I lost like 7 guys, got hit in the side. He has ranks, banners, BSB, all that crap, and I'm just like shit. And he double won, so I'm gonna go ahead and flee. And he doesn't catch me. He runs. He chases. My standard bearer dies because running, and they get away for a round, but they kind of screw up the counter charge with the squigs. So that sucks. That's something I got to think about. I got to think about positioning better. So if that does happen, if I do flee, I could get a good counter charge with one of my other units. Over here, my spiders again. The spiders poison does 1 wound. He attacks back. I believe he might have killed one on this turn. We'll find out soon. It's going to go ahead and start off Orcs and Goblins turn 2, 3, I think, maybe? I don't remember. Might be 3. I'm going to go ahead and charge again with the Trolls into the Thunders and the Hero into the Thunders. And they all connect in like this, like so. And basically, I rallied the Savages. The Squigs can't do shit because the Savages were in the way. And then I just moved the Skeletons up, and I moved Gorbad behind the building. He's like, I can still see Gorbad, though. And I was like, shit. So, more or less, this is how the board looks. Magic Phase, I get 10 power dice, and I do channel. And I throw up a couple dice onto Dark Riders. Fail it. So I throw up the rest of the dice onto Foot of Gork. He dispels that time. So I have like a dice or 2 left. And I throw it onto the hand of Gork, and he lets it go. And I just move Gorbad an inch over so he doesn't get shot by the organ gun. He was cracking up on that one too. He was just like, "What the hell? That's your hand of Gork?" I'm like, "Yep, that's it." Doomdiver's back in action, and he totally misses. Fucking asshole. And then these guys, they killed the cannon on close combat, and awesome. They did a great job. Good job, little buddies. And they're going to go ahead and reform. As for the Wolf Rider, he ends up killing off, I think he challenged. The Wolf Rider killed off the champ, and then the Trolls killed off basically everybody else. Trolls were just on fire. They were just killing everybody there. I'm going to overrun with my hero. The Trolls are going to sit still, and the hero clips into the next unit here, and the Trolls just reform. It's going to go ahead and start off his turn. Dwarves turn 4. He charges into my Savages. My Savages sit there and take it like a man. He's going to go ahead and shoot his organ gun into my wizard, unfortunately. He gets 10 shots and then 4 shots, and that wizard is just a dead level 2 wizard. That sucks. I never take wards on those guys either, on the level 2s. So if you're watching this and you're going to be a Dragonfall, you guys could gun down my level 2. I probably don't have a ward on it. Now that I say that, I'm probably going to switch him up with a ward. Alright, so he uses the other organ gun, gets 2 shots, misfires, and then gets another 2 shots, only 4 shots, shoots it at, who does he shoot it at? I think he actually tried to shoot the Skeletons or something like that and did nothing. Oh, the Trolls maybe? Might have been the Trolls. Did nothing. So we're going to go ahead and start off the close combat. Close combat, my Wolf Hero, he kills off 3 guys. They attack back, and they do nothing. So he is steadfast, but he fails. They run. He catches them, kills them, and he overruns into the next cannon. He's just like, boom, boom, boom. He's taking them out, man. Over here, his guys killed off the rest of my Savages, which really sucks. He's going to overrun, I believe, and he barely... I think he might have clipped the squids. I don't think so. Maybe. It's going to start off my turn. Turn 4. I'm going to charge the Trolls into the side of the Longbeards. I'm charging the Spiders into the other open organ gun, and I'm charging the Skeletons into the side flank of the boss's bunker of hammers. They fail their charge, and apparently they failed their charge because my Doomdiver that blew up is just sitting there like, no, don't do it, guys, don't do it. And then they just don't run and get there. So they fail. I felt like it was safe enough to bring Gorbad out, So Gorbad came from outside behind the building. I'm figuring both the cannons are tied up in close combat. So my level 4 can move around. There's nobody to shoot or nuke right now. The trolls got into their combat. The spiders got into their combat. My hero's in combat. So I was like, I got a little freedom now. I don't have to worry about getting shot. I moved my level 4 up here. I'm figuring I could probably do a little bit more assistance up close, maybe like a Here We Go or something like that, or a Hand of Gork. Close combat over here. He ends up killing off like a good chunk of my guys. I think I only killed off like maybe one or two guys of his. I was thinking I got a lot more attacks. I did get a lot more attacks in. I just did a fail of a roll. He attacks, kills like a good 10 of my squigs and and unfortunately they're gonna blow up. So I'm like, all right, they'll blow up. They'll take out a good chunk of his guys. So they blow up 2d6, which is 10, which means it's going to hit my level 4. It's going to hit Gorbad's unit. It's going to hit his unit. It's going to hit the trolls. And that sucks. I mean, it's mostly my units. I do take 2 wounds. 2! Because I got 6 attacks off of my level 4 here. So I'm like, oh shit. I mean, it's a strength 5 attack. As for Gorbad's unit, they killed off 1 dog. As for his unit up here, killed off like 5 guys of his. And it killed off one of my trolls. Oh, man. Oh, that sucks. And it did 0 damage to his bunker. 0. Holy shit. So, trolls are going to go on their close combat, because I think this is getting confused in here. Trolls go, they end up killing off a bunch of guys on their close combat. And I believe those guys are steadfast, or stubborn, or both. And they're going to stick. But the trolls did kick ass over there. Spider Riders, the crew ended up killing off 1 Spider Rider, and the spiders failed to wound the crew. And then over here, oh, this happened. This sucks. His crew killed my Goblin hero. My Goblin hero is using a great weapon, so he's not getting his attack in until after he lives combat. He does have the armor of destiny since he's mini chicken head basically, and it just didn't save him. He got his ass kicked. You know what I'm missing? I'm missing that 3-up armor, and I'm also missing that extra wound. Maybe I should just switch him out for gigantic spider. Maybe. I'll figure it out. Anyways, so he's dead. And that sucks because it's going to be Dwarfs turn 5, and guess what? He contemplated charging Gorbad's unit here. Or actually, he does charge Gorbad's unit here. I believe they connect. He turns his guns around, facing my level 4, and he's going to go ahead and take some cheap shots on my level 4. First he gets 4, then he gets 8. He shoots at it. Only 1 wound gets through, and that's all that mattered, because I already took 2 wounds from my squid. My squigs killed me. What the fuck? Fucking A. Alright. Over here he challenges Gorbad with his Lord character, and then this is something, Todd, I'm going to tell you right now. It sucks that you have to do this for Gorbad, but I understand, especially if you know you're going to face me. But he kitted his dwarf hero out just to have equipment to deal with Gorbad alone. So Gorbad swings first, and the guy had like a 3-up ward or something like that. So he saves his wards, and then he goes and he attacks. And if the guy or monster that he's fighting is toughness 5, he jumps up to a strength 8. So he goes ahead and he attacks, and he kills Gorbad. I mean, he like destroyed Gorbad with like 3 wounds or 4 wounds, and that really sucks. And then the rest of his guys killed off the rest of my dogs, and basically that's how that happened. This is starting to see the crumble of the orcs right here. The trolls are on fire over here. They just destroyed a shit ton of those guys. They're down just a couple hits from, or they're down just 1 guy, and they took 2 wounds. They're gonna go ahead and get hit back. I lose 1 more guy, and they get 1 wound onto a different troll. But the trolls are definitely winning combat. He's gonna run. Oh no, he's not gonna run. He rolled snake eyes. Look at him. Double ones. I was like hoping he ran. He didn't. They got through. The one thing that sucks though is now that Gorbad's dead, those trolls are stupid the minute they get out. And then over here, the spiders, I believe they killed off their organ gun. They're going to go ahead and turn. Actually, I just took the organ gun this way, whatever. It's going to start off my turn. Orcs and Goblins turn 5 or 6 or whatever turn this is. My Skeletons are going to go ahead and charge into his organ gun here. And they connect in. My Spider Riders move over here to kind of just chaff up his unit here. And then my Doom Diver tries to shoot. Kills off 2 guys. Finally does something, the fucking Doom Diver, besides killing themselves. Over here, the Skeletons put on 1 wound. He attacks back. I don't think he did shit. Trolls over here, they ended up killing off 2 guys. They left the unit champ and his Runesmith alive. His Runesmith has 1 wound. They attack back. I actually reformed so I could make myself thinner so his charge would be farther if he was going for a side flank charge. They end up killing off one of the trolls my big favorite rock golem guy, the Thing. Anyways, I do win combat, but I don't think he moved anywhere. I think he's staying put. It's going to start off Dwarfs turn 5. Dwarfs turn 5. He charges into my Spider Riders. I flee. So he basically try to redirect and he fails charge, and that's what happens. Over here, my Skeletons destroyed his freaking organ gun, which is awesome. And then my Trolls ended up finishing off that unit, which is awesome. And I'm going to reform facing that way right there. My turn, I charge the Skeletons into his unit. And then I shoot the Doom Diver on the floor and try to redirect him in. And I ended up killing off 1 guy. He goes ahead and he starts to kill. He actually fears my Skeletons, which is hilarious. Last turn of the game with his General's unit. He fears my Skeletons. He only kills off 2 of them. They fail to kill any of his guys. My Trolls are stupid. They fail stupidity and they don't move. And that was basically it. That was the end of the game. It was a short game. It was a fun game, actually. And, Todd's down to just 1 unit on the board. So am I, though. I only have Trolls, and the Trolls are probably 260. I have the single Doom Diver alive, and the Spider Riders. So I got a couple units. But sure enough, his 1 Death Star there is like 1,000 points with Joseph Bugman and his Lord and all those hammers. So I lost. Actually, I think I lost by. It's not 1,000 points. It's like maybe like 600-700 points, but whatever. I think I lost by like 300 points, which isn't a huge loss. But a lot of things went wrong on that game for me. What's the word I'm looking for? I had too much faith in my level or my mini Chicken Head, whereas Chicken Head would have took those hits like a champ. This guy wasn't as good or as lucky, and I don't know. I did a lot of dumb errors, like just putting my guys in danger on purpose. So if there was a couple things I could have changed, I would change them. But whatever, live and learn. Congratulations, Todd. It's been a very long time since you got a victory over my Orcs and Goblins with your Dwarf. Actually, I think this is your first win with your Dwarves against my Orcs and Goblins. So, as for my MVP, I gotta give it to, I don't know. I like the Trolls because they were just destroying units. They destroyed hammers. They destroyed more hammers. They destroyed not hammers, thunders, and then they destroyed the Longbeards. So they were a very solid force. I honestly got to give it to, though, my 5 guys on spiders. These guys were on point. They took out a cannon. They took out the organ gun. And they were pretty like stealthy and alive. And they did a good job. They took a couple shots to the face and lived. And they were in until the end of the game. I mean, the Trolls took out a lot more. And they were a solid unit. And they kind of did exactly what they needed to do. So, if anything, I'll give it to both of them. That's kind of what I've been doing the last couple videos, because that was a good unit. Unfortunately, my foot failed me. Didn't get a foot off at all, and that kind of sucks. And my level 2, I mean, if he didn't die so soon, he could have pulled up some more units for his guys to fight. I was really trying to get those Dark Riders up, those Hex Boars, just to give him something he cannot swing at, more or less. and I was really trying to go for that, but couldn't get it up for the life of me. He did a good job shutting him down. My LVP is definitely my Squigs, who decided to blow up majority of my units, bastards. But yeah, Spider Riders and Trolls, those guys were solid. Um, all right, guys. Well, I hope you liked this video. If you haven't, hit like and subscribe. Do so already. And guess what? I'm over 300 subscribers finally. Holy shit! I'm like at 301, and now I'm just jinxing myself because I'm saying this right now, and probably two of you guys are gonna be like, "Ah, fuck this channel," and stop stop subscribing. But anyways, guys, if you have any comments or feedback, please leave it down below. I love the comments and feedback. I thrive off of it to put up for more videos. Um, but if you think the troll should have just took the MVP and not the frickin' Spider Riders, put that in the comments below. I don't know. They both did a good job to me. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Take care. I'm gonna go work out now. Peace.